left out there. So.
Right, that's it. That's it. I think that's the blue touched up. Yep. What do you think? Is that right, or do we need another airbrush? Do we need to go over it?
You might, you just might want to do that little bit on the front right there, Ted. You forgot your moustache.
You forgot the bit under your nose.
I think I'll try that next week. I might try that for a different colour. The colour come out of it, sort of a bit of a contrast with the blue. But yeah, I give it going over with some big ink.
Yeah, when Colin says front right, he means entire mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. Well, it's Monday night. Yes, it's Monday night again, and we're back to normal. I hope you enjoyed the quiz last night. Yeah.
Sorry, was that not my inner monologue? Sorry.
Normal.
We're normal with us lot.
We do hope you enjoyed the quiz last week, and there were some good scores. You can re-watch it if you didn't see the quiz and still take part because it's not live and things like that.
Was that last week? It feels like a long time ago.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, all the days have gelled into one. I still think it's Thursday, Monday. Yeah. So,
I have to say that over the last few weeks, the one thing that's given me the most amusement is that so many people, because I work from home all the time, so many people have come to me and said, Foxx, you know how you're always saying that you've got no idea what day it is? I understand now. I understand completely.
Well,
I've been vindicated.
Yeah, even through me last week, because it come to bin day Thursday, or what I believed was Thursday, put the bins out, and the bin men didn't come. Yeah. So it totally threw. They didn't come till the day after. What day is after Thursday? Friday. Yeah.
Is that because your bin day's Friday, Ted, and not Thursday?
No, I think they just mix everybody up. So he's the bin man. It must be Thursday. No, it's Friday.
I just say welcome to my world. It's like
yeah. But yeah, now you know. Well, like Colin already knows, this is what retirement's like, folks. Yeah.
Is it just a melange of days that run into each other?
Yeah, that's it. We don't have weekends anymore. Every day is a weekend. Yeah. So that's it. Anyway, it's Monday, I'm told. So it's Monday night. It's live stream night. It's live from Ted at No, it's not live from Ted at eModels. It's live from eModels, eModels.co.uk with Ted, Foxx, Chris, Colin, and I, and all those. Yeah. And don't forget, it's your eModels live stream. It's up to you. It's your show. And we're just here to facilitate your chat and the fun and everything else. It's up to you to lead us on what we're going to talk about. We at the end, we start talking about models and things like that, and then we talk
about models.
No, we don't do that. We don't usually start talking about models. We start talking about things, and it just leads on from there. So it's up to you to lead us along. And in the meantime, before too many people get in, and before we go across to Chris, we'll go across to Foxx for the terms and conditions. Go.
Yes, it's your show. Ted's just said all this. It's your show. Give us stuff to talk about. There you go. Nice. Yes, like Ted says, give us stuff to talk about in chat because we're absolutely desperate. Now, there is apparently a nationwide problem with Virgin Broadband, so Chris and Colin could fall over at any minute and disappear completely. So if that happens, Ted and I are just going to go into panic mode and ask you to ask us questions or something like that because it might be wrong. So
yeah,
there's no guarantee.
Please prepare your questions.
Yeah, there's
A
no
square
guarantee.
box is very full.
Yes, there's no guarantee at all that those two guys will even last as long as this stream goes. So we'll hope they will, but we'll see. But yes, this is your show. So give us things to talk about in chat. If you want to get our attention in chat, put your comment in big fat capital letters, or as Ted would say,
Bold.
that was right in my ear. Yes, bold. But put your comments in big fat capital letters so we have a chance. If you want to really get our attention, you can do a super chat, which is the little dollar symbol at the bottom of the chat window. And that puts your comment in a big coloured box. We've got the chat in front of us. It puts your comment in a big coloured box, and we can't possibly miss it then. But you don't have to. You just put it in big capitals. As always, this show is dependent on your chat, as we said. So if you're watching this and you can't see the live chat, you need to be on the YouTube page to watch the video. So if you're watching this embedded in the Facebook page or on eModels website or something like that, click on the YouTube icon that's in the bottom corner here, I think. Down in this corner. I think my screen's the wrong way around.
It's on a corner, yes.
It's on, yeah. Open up a little bit. You'll see the YouTube icon. Click on that and it will take you to the YouTube page. If you're watching on a mobile device like a tablet or a phone, it may just be underneath the video. So scroll down a bit and make sure you're watching in desktop mode. I think that's everything. I think.
Ah, right. Well, without further ado, we'll go across to Chris then before too many people get in, because there's lots of people in tonight.
I've noticed that, and I've been getting slightly worried that there's lots of people in tonight, and they've all got different names to normal. So if I do announce your name and announce it wrongly, then it's not my fault.
I have seen some new names in chat. So
yes. And if you are new, just give us a wave, and yeah,
absolutely yes. If you're watching and not in chat, then get in chat, because that's the place to be.
Yeah, you want to be in chat.
The live chat we have that doesn't go back to the very beginning, which people were probably in there like last week. So the first one I see in chat is Graham McRobert, then Sergeant Bones, then Lewis Williamson's in, at least for a little while. He might not last it, you know.
Yeah.
Lewis is good at getting banned out of chats. So.
Oh, is Nat in as well?
She's in a bit later. Yes, I did notice that.
I'm surprised he's still alive.
That's them. And they were talking for a little while back there. I don't know if they were alone. Then we have. I'm going to do it wrong again. It's Edward Ruiz. I think I got it right last time, but I don't remember how I said it last time. So apologies if I get it messed up. But yeah. Then they were all talking for a while. New names coming in somewhere. Everybody's all the same names. Dad is one of your mods in there tonight. That's why he's got a different coloured name with a little spanner next to it. He can look after you and kick you out if you get too rowdy.
There's a few spanners in chat, and they're all lovely.
Yeah, Model Making Gurus there talking about spanners. Yeah,
spanners.
Because you're a mod, not any other reason. That was, yeah.
Do you know, I don't get paid enough for this abuse, I tell you.
For the whole evening.
we have Skullfish. I haven't got any buttons for it, so.
Oh, I haven't got a button either, and I can't do it on the microphone because it'll make my microphone go quiet.
Skullfish.
That just sounded.
Can I get Skullfish?
Skullfish. Yes.
That just sounded creepy, Chris.
I'm aiming for creepy. Thank you. We have Gemma Williams is watching from downstairs. So hello.
Well, from everybody's downstairs.
Cynical Steve. Not everybody's downstairs in my house though.
Okay.
I hope, because lockdown and stuff. People shouldn't be around.
It'd be weird if she was downstairs in somebody else's house.
Well, this is also strange. Yeah. Ickle Pete is here. Graham, Lewis, Bones, Lewis, Gemma, Graham, Lewis, Bones, Edward, eModels UK is there briefly. Then Eric Graham. Festa 67's workshop was there, but I'm sure he's not there anymore because
been good.
We'll find out. If you do see him, then just stand up and shout, "He's behind you" or something, and we'll...
Yeah, you can put your hand, sir.
You bunch.
Everybody just type mouth words in capital letters.
We have Andy McLeish. Nat Williamson is here, so Nat's here to look after Lewis because he needs some looking after. Andy, Edward, Andy, Nat, Bones, Nat, Lewis, Gemma, Equal Pete, Nat, all the same. Oh, there we go. Aries, Styrene is here. Spiddy Q8. This is obviously when we went live, then all the people started coming in. Andy, Chancer NW. Gemma Skullfish, Edward, Redlin 08. Edward, where is all my bourbon gone? Leonard. Nat, Andy, Andrew, Andrew Preston instead of Andy McLeish. Philip Prime, Paul Lyons, Paul Horner, Tim Young, Zadster. I don't remember if I said Zadster. Beyond Hope says, "Am I late?" Not at that point. You weren't. No. If you came in now, you would be, but that's okay. Anders Eriksson comes in. Quano Man, Edward, Emma Jane Young, Michael Jackman, Stephen Last, Kitchen Table Modeler, Jamie Bone, Terry O'Neill, saying, "Evening, everyone. New one here." Is that because you're new, or everyone? You're saying hello to the new people? I don't remember seeing a Terry O'Neill from a long time.
I think Terry's in.
I don't know if you're new. Welcome. If you're not, then apologies for forgetting about you. Donald McKenzie is also here. Model Making Haggis. Brian Windmill. The text just jumped, and Andy McLeish says he's behind you. Does that mean was he in chat? He wasn't in chat.
No,
you only got to say it when he's in chat. You're not. Yeah. Michael Strawman, Osric 9000. Anders, Andy, Jamie, Swigging Pig, Ian MG Thompson, Simon Payne. Getting close there. Making Models. That's Carl. He's about as well. Joseph Osei, just wondering what kits you would recommend for building Japanese infantry. Thanks. I don't know.
All the pointy ones.
I'd say, at risk of sounding sarcastic, maybe some Japanese infantry.
Probably, yes. That's probably about as intellectual as you'll answer you'll get anyway. But the people in the chat are normally better at answering questions about niche things that we don't know anything.
Depends on the scale. I would say 1/35th, you're looking at Tamiya or ICM, possibly. Other than that, I don't know.
No.
Yeah,
Tamiya do a lot of Japanese stuff.
Yeah, I think Tamiya do a 1/6 scale one, one of the bigger ones.
Yeah. What scale are you after, Joseph? Let us know. We might be at a point you're closer in the right direction. Just underneath that, we have Smoggy 6681.
There's a new name.
I didn't think Smoggy was such a popular name, but apparently there are at least 6,680 others. So there we go. Mark Scopes, Glenn Smith. Tim Young, it's jumped a bit, but I'm not going back to that. Morgan Gaming, Guy Sargent, Phil East, Donald McKenzie, and that's everybody up to date. There we go. Right, I'm going to go for a little nap, and I'll see you in a little while.
Yeah.
Oh, man, we've got to wake up now. Oh.
If we did miss anybody, we do apologise. It's not on purpose, but yeah, we'll catch up.
Yeah. See, I like that section of the show because I was just catching up on my accounts while you were doing that.
Skullfish does say, "Ted, your Titanic has capsized."
Yeah, it's here. I have been doing a little bit on it. I had to go outside and do some spraying and things, obviously, because it's that big and I've got to use a rattle can. But I ran out of paint, and getting paint in this lockdown, because I know the guys at eModels are really sort of run off their feet. But I got some new paint today, so I can have another go, put another coat on this, and then hopefully resume filming in due course. Yeah.
Yes. We do have a little update from James. It's not an update that he gave to us, but it's an update that he's been sending when people have been mailing him. Just so everybody knows, obviously, as you know, eModels is still open and taking orders. They are one of the few retailers that are for models. But James currently is by himself. For health and safety and to keep everyone safe, he says, "I'm on my own now due to the restrictions in place. All the guys are at home. I'm trying to answer every email as fast as I can." This is about emails. Plus picking and packing. So this is why there is a delay. So if you are placing an order, good on you. But do remember, just at the moment, during the Chocolate Velociraptor pandemic and everything else, it may take a little longer than normal for your order to get processed and shipped to you. It may say dispatched, but at the moment, dispatched just means James has picked it and it's waiting to go out and be handed over to the couriers. So there are delays with the couriers as well. So if you are placing an order, do be really, really patient and try not to send any unnecessary emails. You most likely, if you mail the guys, you may not get a reply because they're focusing on picking and packing. And when he's answering emails, he's not picking your order. So get your order in, you'll get confirmations, but just do be patient, or do try and be patient to get my words out. and let the guys. They are expecting significant delays for your order to go out, but it will go out. So just be patient. You will get your stuff. It'll just take a bit longer than normal.
Yeah, I think the site is showing like 30-day delivery, so you could be waiting as long as that for some of your stuff. But
Paul Line says, I think I saw on the website it's 30 days for delivery. It's only a guideline. Obviously, they're not sitting there waiting. If it's next to go out, then it will go out sooner. But it might be a bit later as well. It's
They were a few weeks ago. They were receiving a week's worth of order each day. So so James is running around pulling his hair out, but he is getting all the orders picked and packed as best he can.
James. Any cake donations will be gladly received, I think, by James. Bless him.
Oh, boy, James. Oh, right. I thought you meant us, but sorry.
I think on our next road trip up there, we should stay the night and go out for a meal with them as a thank you or something. Treat them.
Yeah, I think I'll take the camper van and sleep in the camper van in the car park.
Yeah. I think they deserve it, bless them. They've done themselves proud.
Yeah. But yes, so they are still open, they are still taking orders. So get your orders in as normal, just do be patient and expect it to take a bit longer. The 30 days is only a rough guide. It may be a lot quicker than that, but just be patient. At one point they had a backlog of 5,000 orders. So yeah, they are getting through them slowly but surely.
Good. Right, so what's everybody? Well, I've been on with the Titanic this week. Has anybody been on with anything else on their own benches, or have you been out enjoying the sunshine while it's here?
I've been cracking on with the Falcon. I'm not anything to show you because it's all in bits in the box at the moment, but I've been cracking on with the big Millennium Falcon. I saw something in chat saying what's happening with it. Yes, that's ongoing. I'm filming episode 2. It does actually just take a long time to film. Half an hour of entertainment and building actually takes a long time, so it's not a fast process.
I must admit, with this recent weather, the draw of being outside rather than being at the workbench is a lot more than being at the bench. So I've been a bit guilty of that myself, really. You sort of sit having breakfast in the sun and you think, 10 more minutes and then I'll do something, and then another hour is gone.
I think that's my problem, in that normally I don't have so much time to model. Now, obviously, I've got all the time to model, but that sense of urgency just isn't there because I've got all the time. It's like, I've got all the time. I'll do this. After that, I'll do this first. And
has Chris fallen over?
I think Chris has fallen over. He might be back in a second. I shall carry on Chris's thought then, on the off chance that he's about to fall. I think Colin's gone as well. Have you gone, Colin?
They're both on Virgin. Is it just us then?
Yeah, it's just us two now.
Oh, just like the old days.
I shall do a quick refresh in case you're trying to get back in. Hang on.
No.
Yeah, they're gone, aren't they? I'm sure they'll come back. Like we said at the start, though, apparently Virgin are having a almost nationwide outage with broadband, so it's possible they may not come back. So it might just be me and Ted.
Just like, as I say, it's just like the old days, just like right back at the start.
I know, I'm getting all flashbacks to the days of black and white, apart from I have to click on it to make myself appear on camera because Hangouts isn't the way it used to be. God damn it, Google. Yes, like Chris was saying though, it's when I don't get this, but when you're working 5 days a week and you get your weekend off and you've got to do all your other stuff and you only get a few hours, there's some sense of urgency. But when you're off every day, you do kind of lose that sense of urgency. I'll just do something else first because I can do the other thing later. But yes, like I said before, my Falcon build is still ongoing. I am filming episode 2. It just takes a long time to film. What people don't realise is for half an hour of building on a video, that could be a week's worth of work because you have to film and stop and edit and everything else. So
exactly. And then you're starting to film and you're doing a bit. You've got your airbrush out or something like that, and you're thinking, right.
Hello.
But you're just about to spray something, and then I'm just about to spray this bit red, and then you forget everything, and then you've got to stop the camera, restart it again. Right, I'm just about to paint this red, and then you could and it all goes to pot. So it takes for what normally would take 10 minutes. Takes about half an hour to get filmed.
Well, the other thing as well that you have to keep in mind is that when you watch a video and somebody says, right, next we're going to paint this bit, so I'm going to get the brush and I'm going to paint this bit here, and I'm going to work my way around here, and then when I've done that, we'll move on to the next step. So back in a moment, and that's like 30 seconds, but then you have to stop filming and finish that painting that could take you an hour. Yeah. And then you have to edit that bit of video into and it's like, so that little 5-10 minutes of painting could take you 3 hours. So yes, it is ongoing. These series take a little while, unfortunately.
Right. So, have you got a notice from?
I got a text from Chris, and Chris said, "I assume you all didn't just go away. I guess it's me." And I said, "Yep, just you." So Chris and Colin, they might be able to make it back, possibly not. I know Colin's computer's a bit wonky, so every time the internet goes off, his entire network falls over. So
yes. I think they're actually living next door to each other without either of them knowing about it, and they've just been cut off by the same Virgin outage.
I think they're like in a cubicle, so just a divider between them.
Yes. One day they'll meet each other in the corridor.
We have some bad news from Anders Ericsson, and we've all done this. He says, "Disaster has struck my bench. I managed to break my TRN1 airbrush," which is one of these beauties. "Tightened the head base too much, breaking the threads inside the body of the brush." Yes, I've done that. On these brushes, you have the crown and the crown cap at the front, then you have the nozzle the needle goes in, and then you have the head unit here, which is this little bit here. And you don't really need to take that off very often, because when you clean, if you get a good airbrush and you get it in there, you can work it all the way down. It's not very often you take this head unit off unless you've used, say, really nasty varnishes that tend to clog it up, also like primers and stuff, or you painted red. So you can't over tighten this, but you do have to take it off with pliers. I do wish airbrush manufacturer would give you a spanner big enough for the head unit, but they never do. So I have to get pliers on this. So thankfully I've not killed it yet, but yes, I've done that before. And I've also over tightened the nozzle before now, which is a real bad idea because that just shears off and then you have to buy a whole new head unit. So yeah.
Chris is back.
Hello.
Might be apparently a little bit. We just rearranged things.
Hello, welcome, willkommen, bienvenue.
I was in the middle of talking and I thought everyone's gone very quiet. I'll just keep talking, and then I realised that I was on my own.
Well, we noticed that both you and Colin had gone like that.
It seems strange that you both went at the same time.
Yeah, well, so it seems to be a Virgin Media issue. And then I just noticed that all the live chat just started scrolling through like crazy as it caught up. So I thought, I must be back online.
I
Yes.
think the standby generators kicked in and we're good to go. So
we could really mess with the viewers by all pretending to do a freeze frame at the same time.
Yeah, Phil Lewis says, "I'm back too. I thought it was me."
So people will be in and out tonight, as and when the whim of Virgin.
Yes, by people he means Colin and Chris. We had a response from Joseph Osi, who said it was for the Japanese infantry was 1/35th scale. So I would say yes, Tamiya is probably your best bet. Tamiya do a lot of Japanese infantry. Fine molds do Japanese vehicles, but I don't know about it. I don't know if fine molds do infantry.
The only ones I can think of are Tamiya. I can't think of it.
Yeah, ICM probably do. I don't know if ICM do any. They might do. I mean, ICM do all kind of weird things, but
just don't get the vinyl Airfix ones.
Yeah, well, they don't do 1/35th anyway, but
because you'll never paint them. You just have to stand them up and shoot them with your air gun. That's what they're for.
Yeah, so you're probably looking at Tamiya, to be perfectly honest. But if anybody else in chat can think of another brand that does 1/35th Japanese infantry, I think we're talking World War II. Then do let us know in chat, because I can only think of Tamiya and perhaps ICM and perhaps fine molds. I think.
Right. Chris was on about what he was up to this week.
Not very much.
Yeah, because.
So, Colin, what have you been up to, Colin? Oh.
Colin's no doubt been up to loads. He's built about 5.
Sean Kelly, as in the chat there, he says, "Hi guys, new to the channel. Just purchased my first Mr. Hobby Krios PS270 over my 4th Infinity CR Plus. Are you able to ship Tamiya lacquer paints to the US?" That might be one of the things that's a problem.
Yeah, you'd have to speak to the guys at eModels. We don't actually work for eModels. We just do the live streams. We don't actually work at the store, but it's something you can drop them a line about. At the moment, though, as Foxx has already said, their email are taking second priority to getting orders out. So it might take a little bit longer just to get an answer to your email. If anybody else in here from the US has edited anything from eModels, maybe they can answer that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming for shipping to the US, it's definitely going to be rattle cans, solvents like glues and stuff. I don't know about lacquers. I don't.
They're sort of that grey area, aren't they,
Yeah.
between paints and solvents and things, and
Yeah, and like Ted says, normally we just say drop them an email, but of course right now you might not get a reply. So the other thing you can try doing as well, because sometimes what they do on their website is if you've got an item that can't be shipped, it just will remove it from your order, or will say you can't ship it. So it might be worth just sort of setting up and going on the website, adding them to your basket, and then adding your billing, your shipping details, and seeing if it kicks them out or tells you can't do it. Because if it can't ship them to you, it may just give you no shipping options, in which case that's an indication there's something you can't ship. But I don't know, there's like a grey area.
Yeah. Yeah, I know most of the things they can ship abroad, but it's just the restrictions on governments and customs. And
Paul Lyon says paints can't be shipped internationally by eModels, and Anders says I couldn't get Tamiya paint shipped to Sweden.
Oh, well, there we go.
So maybe not. But ask him anyway. But you might want to wait until after the thing.
Yeah, is Colin ready to come back as well?
We've got Colin's icon.
Partly.
I'm just loading up stuff now. Sorry about that, gents. Everything died again.
It wasn't you. It wasn't you. You didn't need to restart your computer. It was just the broadband.
Colin, you, as you came back on there, it was like a deer in the headlights. So
I'm confused. I'm looking for me Fester's factoid as well. I've got to reload it all, so apologies.
Well, I said to the audience that when your broadband goes off, you tend to reboot the whole computer because everything just breaks.
Yeah, I just shut the whole shebang down, mate.
Yeah, it just goes outside and turns the whole house off. Everything goes black.
Yeah, there's one of those big Frankenstein switches.
Turns off the whole neighbourhood. Yeah,
I'm not sure what the conversation is in chat, but somebody mentions that something needs to be 40 psi. I don't know what you're spraying at 40 psi, but I've not come across anything that needs to be sprayed at 40 psi.
That's quite high.
Yeah.
Somewhere 40 psi is going to blow a hole in your model, is that pressure?
Yeah. If you're painting at 40 psi, you need to thin your paint a bit more. As a quick guide, most paints would be between 15 and 20 psi. Very thin enamels or lacquers or gloss or varnishes, thin varnishes might be 12 to 15, and primers might be 25 to 20 to 25 psi at the most. If you're going higher than that,
40, you're probably doing sprue goo.
Yeah, you're probably spraying like wood or something. So you might want to thin your paints a bit more.
Yeah, it's sort of like a jet wash the patio, that, isn't it?
Yeah. Don't know what people are talking about though. I didn't see the rest of the conversation, so I don't know what. I may be completely out of context there.
I see Chris Balchin's back. Hi from Lancaster, just down the road.
Did he ever get round to building that Panzer house?
I can see it from here. It's actually
no, not yours. Oh yeah, it's yours, isn't it?
It's about 3 feet away. I looked at it the other day. Yeah, Chris, welcome back. We missed you too. Go across and have a go at last week's quiz. Yeah, anybody else that did it?
Very quickly, Edward Ruiz says he suggested to Joseph OC fire molds kit number FM49 135. So I'm assuming that's Japanese infantry. I told you fire molds did some infantry.
Cynical Steve says he used to work for Royal Mail, and paints are considered to be volatile organic compounds and cannot be shipped internationally retail. But bulk wholesale seems to be fine. Strangely, I
think that's because it's because it's handled differently and it comes under various different ways of shipping it and stuff.
Yeah, it's probably got lots.
Yeah, I tend to buy my high-end paints as pigment powders and then formulate them myself.
Mm-hmm.
Or order in bulk.
Yeah.
Dad says my internet went too. Are you on Virgin, Dad? I'm just. I am just removing a comment from chat, but please don't be offended. It's just we don't allow other retailers to be discussed in chat.
Spid says, what a novelty. Highland Cow treadmill internet going strong and Super City broadband falls over.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we'll just sit around tonight and wait for everybody's broadband.
Who's going to be next?
Oh, it wasn't just me then.
No, I went as well. And as did a few of the viewers, so yeah.
Eri Styrene says, going back, we're talking about 135th Japanese Infantry again. Eri Styrene says, Tamiya, Mini Art, Dragon, ICM all make figures for Japanese infantry if it is World War II. And we've got a note. Paul Lines says, "Hi Paul." He says on a quote from the website. I knew there's something on there. I can hear talking. Who's watching a video?
Sorry, mate. That was my YouTube kicking in to pop the chat out, and the audio was on, mate.
Paul Lyons says, "This is direct from the website. We cannot send aerosols, enamel paints, Tamiya paints, Mr. Hobby acrylic paints, thinners, some glues, and putties." There you go. So lacquers are also they're VOCs anyway. So and yes, they can't send Mr. Hobby. I thought that might be the case.
Speaking about aerosols and spray paints, I've just realised that the front of my keyboard is spray painted, but never mind. No.
Hooray! As long as it works.
It still works. It's just a different colour at the front now. Right. Should we go across the Festus factoid? Is it loaded back up yet?
Yeah, it is, mate. He stays with a smirk because he's happy something's booted up on this.
Yeah, before Colin leaves us again, let's go across for Colin's Festus factoid.
Talk twice as fast.
And on this day in 1880, the first US patent for an electric hearing aid was issued to Francis D. Clark and M.G. Foster, titled a device for aiding the deaf to hear. The device employed bone conduction, which sounded, by which sound is passed through vibration of the skull bone. There you go.
Yeah.
And we got a deaf as well. And I'm just scrolling to find the name because this is going to be a good one.
Or is this the deaf of the week? Hang on.
Yeah, we got a deaf of the week. Apologies for the mispronunciation, but this geezer was called Konosuke Matsushita, I think. He was a Japanese industrialist who founded the Matsushita Electric Industrial Co. Limited. And he died at age 94.
Good effort.
Yeah, so apologies to his family for saying his name completely wrong, but yeah.
What did he do?
He was a Japanese industrialist.
He founded Matsushita, the people that make like diggers and
That's
other
the
industrial
name.
equipment. Yep, Matsushita.
Oh,
The clue is in his name.
We have Darren20159 in chat saying, "Hello everyone, my first
Hello.
time on an eModels Monday. Good to see the faces behind the voices. It's
Yeah.
the faces that we use, yeah.
The scars never heal, trust me.
It's not when it comes to my videos, they're not really my hands. I have standing hand artists.
Stunt hands.
Do you have is your phone full of names and numbers for hand models, or is that for different reasons?
Chris Belchin has a question for me. He says, "Do I use a specialised macro lens? You appear tall on, albeit a 50-inch TV. I use the same camera as Foxx, and I think Ted uses the CR920 thing,
the C920, yeah.
the Logitech one. I don't know. Do I get bigger if I get closer? Is that scary?
That's scary. If you're on a big 40-inch screen, that's going to be scary.
Hello there.
It's where we earn your point. Yeah.
I can't see anybody in mine. There's nobody out there.
You can't see them. If you get close enough, you can see them through there.
If I think I could poke them in the eye.
No, don't poke them. They'd get upset if you poke them.
So if I try and poke them in the eye like this.
Yeah, no, don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, it's when you're watching in Super HD and your finger comes fall away from the back.
If it's in 3D, you have to do it with 2 fingers.
Steady now. I think that's not what they mean by 2-finger salute.
Right.
You can tell we haven't been out in a long time, can't you?
Yeah.
Killer
Chief says, "Where's Nevbo?" It's just us four that do the live show. We have Simon and Andy as well, and Dad, and Tony, who do the videos, who do video content as well, but not all of us do the live show. Not everybody's cut out for live
Yeah.
show stuff. And nobody wants to do
Tony
it.
is on the logo. Tony is on the logo for the live stream, and he does
Mhm.
promise us that once he gets settled into his new house, he will hopefully be able to join us. And
He's been saying that for like 4 years, though, Ted.
yeah, I don't think he's got any intentions of joining us.
I hope he
Could you
does, because
imagine
Tony's.
the chaos if Tony joined the live stream.
I think
It
I
would
love
be
Tony to
quite
bits. Tony's awesome, and the public need a bit of Tony in their life.
Oh, absolutely. The guy is a legend.
I mean,
Yes.
before all the chocolate velociraptor kicked in, Pete Mate was saying he's going to join us on the live stream, but that's not happened yet either.
Would the yacht
Yeah.
hair allow it, though?
Would that mean we'd have to wear ties and things?
I don't know.
I don't know. It would up our yacht hair quotient by at least 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have a question from Clarky.
Yeah, I saw that.
Clarky, well, thanks for reading it out, Ted. Clarky says,
I was just about to read it out.
I don't know where
I
that
was
just
just
came
about to
from.
read it out, but you jumped in first.
Clarky says, I just said that without thinking. Clarky says,
I don't know. I can't get the stuff.
we love each other, really. Clarky says, a question. I have no CA glue, also known as super glue. Would PVA glue work with photo etch?
It does actually. It does work.
Yep, absolutely. It's not permanent. You can pull them back off again, but at a pinch, it'll be fine as long as it's not
Yeah.
massive pieces.
Yeah, PVA glue won't work really for gluing photo etch to photo etch. Like if you've got to make a box out of photo etch like that, it won't work. But it will glue flat bits to. You can't see. I've got some on the hull here, some gratings. It will glue it to that, and by the time we put a layer of paint over it, the paint will bond it as well. So yeah, it'll do the job.
I mean, the one thing people don't realise is that CA glue, super glue, does slowly break down over time and can become more brittle. Whereas PVA glue, it is kind of
Lasts forever. Yeah, probably.
Well,
hit
it does
bitter as your
eventually-
age goes by.
it can eventually kind of peel up, but yeah, PVA glue seems to last. It's just not a strong bond. You can pull things back off again. But yeah, it'll be at a pinch. It's absolutely fine.
Sean
if it-
Kelly says, I'm on my 75-inch with 3D capability. That would trip me out. Stop pointing. So stop doing that because he doesn't like it. Stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah, so I won't do that again. I won't do this again.
Yeah, that's
then,
what he doesn't want. Don't do it.
Go on, Ted. Your turn.
Yeah.
I'm locked on you. Stick something in the camera now. Then again, maybe not.
Yeah, you want to be frightened if you're ever at Pete's house. His whole wall is a TV.
Ted, I need to point this out. Now that your hair is blue, you look like you've not got a moustache at all. Because your moustache is just not blue. So it looks like you could shave your moustache off. Don't ever shave your moustache off, Ted. It's not normal.
Is it not?
It's not right.
Well, I said to the wife tonight when she was giving me hair a trim, just after she'd done the dog, I said, well, why don't you just shave the moustache off? No, not doing that. Won't be you.
Yep.
So,
Strangely, the blue hair does make him look younger.
I know, it's weird, isn't it?
It shouldn't, but
yeah. Well, I am thinking of when the blue grows out, I'll do it a different colour. Maybe.
What he's not telling us is he got Mrs. Ted to run the iron over his chops, didn't he, before he came on?
Either that or he's got like 2 inches of pan stick going on. I don't know.
Yeah, cheaper than Botox.
Next time it might be eModels green. Could be
eModels green and eModels green and eModels green.
A nice purple, Gary Newman type purple, something like that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think a purple base with the eModels E in green across the top.
It's going to need a lot of money to do that. Yeah. I raised £600 for this though.
That's all right.
Yeah, so £600 towards the NHS. So there we go. So
Carry on at this rate, you're going to end up with a festa cut.
That'll
Yeah.
raise millions. Raymond Kisner's in chat. He says, good evening to everyone. Welcome, Raymond. A new name in chat. And Lewis Williams says about the super glue, don't say that about CA Glue Fox. I've done a couple of bits of photo etch. He's done millions of bits of photo etch.
Yeah,
We see it. CA glue in little tiny amounts when you're on photo etch. It's fine. It's just if you lose a lot of CA glue, like you're making a resin kit, that can, because it's so much of it, that can eventually sort of break and stress. Little tiny bits on photo etch, you'll be fine.
Chris Bouchin's saying in chat that there is a flexible CA glue available now, which apparently is a stronger bond for PE products.
Yeah.
I know Ammo of Makeup brought out a new CA glue photo etch glue. I'm not quite sure what it is yet. I did ask James if he had any in stock, so to do a review on it for you, but he doesn't have it at the moment. But,
Ain't that the same Flexi CA glue?
does that cover the stuff?
Yes. I thought what Nickel says, if I want to get bigger notices, I think it means more views. Try doing my beard purple like the Big Yin, like Billy Connolly did. I've tried dyeing my beard in the past and my hair, but it doesn't take any colour because it's like a whatever colour that is. I don't know.
Well, you need to
red,
prime it
brown.
first. That's
Yeah, you got,
You got to do it peroxide, didn't you?
Yeah, so
got blonde.
like colour on that's like Ted's noble white distinguished hair, which is as white as all the snow in the world. That colour takes that brilliantly. As you know from when you paint things, if you try and paint over this kind of like, I don't know.
I don't know
Was
how
it
you've got
like-
away without the grey bits in the beard because you know you're older than me, and I've got.
I
grey
really
bits
want-
growing
I
down
want-
here.
No, I think Chris's beard and hair would colour nicely. Yeah.
Yeah. But the thing is, like my dad, my dad was like younger, he had black hair and a red beard, and then when he got to about 55, 60, he had white hair. And he didn't have a beard, he didn't really grow, but his hair and his moustache went white, and it was like, I want that, I want the white hair because it looks awesome.
That's all right. You've only got a year to wait.
Hey. But the thing is, like when you've got white hair, you can get away with anything. It's brilliant. So I want that, but it's not happened. I've not got any. Don't think I've got any
I
grades at all.
just seem to have formed matching tram lines each side for some reason. But
It's all right. I get ones that stick out like this. They kind of stick out like that, but then they go, boink, and it's like, oh, you can't. It kind of goes like that, and I'm like, I don't want a wave in my face.
Yeah.
Well, if you think I look good with the blue hair, you need to send a letter to Mrs. Ted at geocities.com.
Yes.
And,
But you need to make sure the moustache matches, though, Ted, because it's.
that's it. Yeah. Please, Mrs. Ted, let him keep it. Yeah. So there we go. Has anybody else had any strange sort of fashion fashion
Mistakes.
items in the past? Or has anybody else been a
I had a mullet, mate.
oh yeah, really?
Proper mullet, mate, and it was dyed as well with the old peroxide highlights and that. Yeah, I know. I'm ashamed to
Yeah.
admit
Where's the pictures? You need the pictures.
Yeah,
My
Colin,
wife keeps threatening to post them on Facebook so that everyone can
do
mock.
we have the shoulder pads to go with it?
I may have rocked at the time the Don Johnson white jacket with espadrilles look. Yeah.
And short
Yeah.
sleeve.
The sleeves turned up. Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah.
Cole, was it this about the same time when you had a certain car?
That was when I was an apprentice mechanic, you rotter.
His answer says, was Colin a 1982 mobile DJ?
Yeah.
So, yeah, sound of it. Yeah, transit van with all your DJ stuff in the back. Yeah.
Oh, mate. Yeah. I mean, at the time you thought it looked, and yeah, but yeah.
You
Not
nearly
good
said
for
something
me.
then, didn't you?
I did, yeah. I looked at the post-it note.
Andy McLeish says he had a mullet once. Oh.
Yeah.
I had a
Never-
flat top for a little while.
Yeah, I
But,
may have had
yeah.
a perm as well.
Didn't go
I
that
tried
far.
having a flick in the 80s. It just didn't work at all on my hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought Nicole said Teddy had a pair of yellow flares, which he bleached black, which he bleached white back in 1973. Flares, yeah.
Yeah. The
I
back
think
of my
flares.
mullet, I had permed, mate, and it was
Oh,
like,
God.
yeah.
Hang on, with a mullet and perm, that makes you part German, part idiot.
Oh, mate, yeah, it was proper done in the old limo colours and that, you
Oh,
know.
no,
Like,
dear.
yeah.
Yeah.
We have a serious question from Sean Kelly, who says, has anyone ever used an ultrasonic cleaner to clean the airbrush nozzle and needles? Yes. Just clean it. It's a lot less
I
hassle.
think it's just as good. Well, a standard clean with brushes.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I don't do is I don't put the needles in the ultrasonic because I don't want them vibrating against the edge and bending the tips.
Yep. Handy tip when you're taking the needle out of your airbrush, because in normal operational use you shouldn't need to use an ultrasonic cleaner because your paint shouldn't go past any of these parts. Especially, well, you can't put this in if you've got a trigger brush for a start. You can't use an ultrasonic because you can't dunk that in. But on a normal airbrush, you shouldn't be getting paint coming past the trigger anyway. When you take the needle out, pull the needle that way. Never pull the needle out the back. Pull it that way, and it avoids getting paint down the back. Yeah, ultrasonic cleaners. You didn't see any of that, did you? Because it wasn't locked on me. Pull the needle that way. Pull it out the front. Never pull your needle out the back. Ultrasonic cleaners, they're fine. They can be a bit labour saving, but nothing beats just a good set of airbrush brushes. Really getting in there and stripping it down. When I airbrush, I do my spray, and at the end of the day, I field strip it and I clean it with the brushes and some airbrush cleaner. If it's a solvent safe one, you can use isopropyl alcohol. It's the best solvent there is. You shouldn't need to use an ultrasonic cleaner because it's never good submerging your airbrush in any kind of even water. It probably won't do it much harm, but over time you could knacker the seals and stuff. So
Paul over at ISM's uploaded an updated airbrush cleaning video as well. If people want to pop over and give that a look, that's pretty informative actually.
I mean,
if from that.
Yeah, if you're using your airbrush correctly and you're cleaning it correctly at the end of every day, and then once every now and then do a really massive strip down, you shouldn't need anything like that. You should be keeping it clean anyway.
Good. I hope that answers.
There's nothing wrong with them, but it won't do your seals any good over time. I'm just going to hit the refresh button because you guys have gone a bit 1980s Lego. Hang on.
We're on about fashions and that. Paul Line said he had a curtain haircut with an undercut at the back in the night.
Oh, mate, yeah, I've got the reverse of that. I've got the undercut on the top and the hair around the back.
You haven't got the curtain cut. You've just got the dado rail.
Ian,
I just made that up.
Ian Thompson says business at the front, party at the back.
Just a quick question: have we done belly and bench yet? Did I miss that?
Yeah, we haven't done it. No,
because Ted's slacking, isn't he?
Yeah. But we're talking about fashion now. Cynical Steve, who's a bit like you there, Colin. He has an 80s mullet with blonde highlights.
Well, he has or he had?
He said, "Thank for all the evidence was lost in the house fire."
Mine may have been captured on the Live Aid concert, the original one, because I do believe that haircut went to Wembley with me, with all them people. Yeah.
Did you get down there in a certain car?
No, I did. You're rotten, you are, grass. That was a good car, mate.
Dave Cardboard was a cop that once had a tank top and flares.
He was a cop.
Yeah, that's how they were dressed in the Ashes.
Wait, hang on a minute. Dave Cardboard was actually a copper.
No, Dave Cardboard the cop. Yeah, you can imagine.
I thought you were going to say he's actually in the police, in which case that would have been awesome. We make that joke all the time.
Tank top and flares. We all had tank tops and flares. Did you have the flares with the 24 buttons up on the waistband?
He does say not by choice, thanks, Mum.
Thanks, Mum.
Did you have a pair of platform shoes too?
I never had any platform shoes because my great grandma said you shouldn't have them because you'll fall off them.
Quick shout out, by the way, Models for Heroes is in. Says good evening all. Welcome, dude.
Hello, mate.
Evening.
Welcome. It's a very good charity. eModels do support Models for Heroes, if I'm correct. It's a very good charity. Do make sure to check them out.
Zad's taking pictures. Zad's still with blonde highlights and a rat tail when he was a teenager.
Rat tail. Oh, so 1980s.
Nat says, in secondary school, I wanted to go from brown to blonde, so it needed bleaching. Let's just say, as soon as I could, I dyed it a different colour and never bleached it again.
Oh dear. I have to confess that when I was a young lad in the 90s, I did have the ponytail down to my butt. And I had the biker jacket and the combat pants and the combat boot and the grungy look.
But see it now.
But in those days,
mullet ain't so bad after all.
In those days, my fringe wasn't all the way back there. It was kind of here. So I could have the long hair, free-flowing, and it was great because I got myself basically skunk stripes, like at the front. So it was like a block. So it was like a white stripe down there and there, but they're just at the front and the rest.
My mullet ended up transitioning into the classic metal mullet, like old Jason Newsted out of Metallica, where it was shaven at the sides and just this big braided thing on top of my head, and then
probably the start of the Mohicans for the punk era, the big sticky up.
The thing is, right, when you see people like with Mohicans and stuff, and they look awesome, but what you never see is them when they've just woken up on their hair's like, and it's just like they've got this stupid bowl head, but only on half of their face or something. It's like you never quite see that. You never see how.
I would always assume that people with Mohicans had special pillows that had a gap in it for it.
Yeah,
not after 3 bottles of not after 6 litres of White Lightning and a couple of games of snooker. It's not happening.
The thing is with some fashions that people get into a fashion and they never get out of it. So you're actually now seeing your punk rockers who were in the 50s,
Yeah.
who are still punk rockers.
Yeah, they still hang around Manchester. They're exactly the same. as they were
Doesn't
30 years
quite
ago.
look the same, does it? Leopard skin hair on a 55-year-old.
Yeah,
The
the
thing, if
jackets with pins and things in them, it doesn't look the same.
well, when I used to hang out in Manchester in the 90s, all the punk rockers that are our age looked 50 then. So right, we have a bench and belly question. Some people have actually answered it when we remembered to ask the question. Lewis Williamson says, and hopefully he doesn't get in trouble in any way, belly pork chops with some mystery spices, but not with burnt chips again, done by Nat, and sweet corn. Wait, what? Hang on. Let me try and parse this word salad here.
I think he's going to get in trouble, whatever you say.
Yes.
Yeah.
Belly pork. I'm going to read it verbatim. So Nat, if this is exactly what he's written. Belly pork chops with some mystery spices, but Nat with burnt chips again, done by Nat, and sweet corn. Bench 1350 HMS Belfast with PE, but wanting the 132nd Lancaster to be squeezed on, but Nat says no.
Sergeant Bones said just before that, belly self-made beef soup cooked for hours with noodles. See Boom Hut photo.
Ingredients.
Bench is going through the shelf of doom finishing bits.
How to make homemade beef soup. Beef soup.
Beef and soup, and you put them together, and that's it.
Fish pie. Ingredients. Fish and pie.
Yeah. Whole lines is saying belly is pepperoni pizza and bench is Panzer II tank and World War II SAS Jeep.
Ooh, is that the Tamiya World War II SAS Jeep kit that
That'd be
everybody's
the
made?
Pink Panther,
The
probably,
pink
is
one,
it?
yeah.
No, the Pink Panther's the Chevrolet truck.
Is it?
Yeah,
I was
the World
thinking
War
it was a
II.
Jeep.
The World War II SAS Jeep is the one with two dudes and the fuel can on the front. Everybody's built that. It's brilliant.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Nice little
It's really old, but it's a really mint kit. Michael Jackman says, belly, cheese and ham pizza, bench 132nd, Revell F4G Phantom Wild Weasel.
Lewis is telling you to put your baseball cap back on, Fox.
I don't wear a baseball cap.
No comment.
I will
Andy
never ever
McLeish.
wear a baseball cap.
Andy McLeish says, belly, mixed boneless chicken, thinks, I don't know what that is.
I think he means
crinkly
things.
chips and onion rings. I
That's
think
almost,
things.
that's
Chicken
almost
things,
KFC,
maybe.
isn't it? That's making me think of KFC now, and I'm sad.
Oh, fillet prime. Bench is a mini fry up consisting of eggs, beans, and mashed potato. Bench is US infantry and M4 Sherman.
Vincent's saying, nice poster. I think he's talking about the Star Wars one behind me. Is it the full-size theatre one like mine or the smaller billboard ones? It's a metal one. It came with the Agostini X-Wing, funnily enough.
Yep, I've got mine down the side. Graham McRobert says, belly, I'm eating a fish supper, bench SAS 135 Jeep. That's two of you making the same best. Maybe not the same kit.
That's a Scots way of saying fish and chips, isn't it? They go
Fish
for
supper.
a fish supper. Yeah.
Except it's not Scott. Oh, I think it meant Scott the person, not Scott the people. I'm thinking, Scott's not in chat.
That's just a Scots thing. A bit further south, you go for fish and chips. It's not a fish supper. You go for fish and chips.
Wait, no. We say fish supper around here. We're like northern monkeys. We're Manchester lads.
Yeah, well,
We say
you're
fish
northern.
supper.
We don't understand what you say.
Yeah, but Ted's more northern. But then there's more northern than Ted.
If
which
it wasn't for the subtitles, I wouldn't have a clue that you're
Yeah.
speaking English, mate.
That's why we've got the earpiece in. It's for Google Translate to get through it.
It's their Babel fish.
Yeah, but you might have sausage and chips, but they still call it a fish supper. Do you want a fish supper? You'll have sausage and chips.
Wait, no, who calls that a fish supper? That's a sausage dinner. That's a whole different.
Yeah, you don't
That's
have
a sausage
supper
dinner.
either. You have it for your tea.
Yeah. Where Athol McNichol says belly, butterscotch and chocolate mouse. I assume he means moose. And bench, it could be mouse. I don't know. And bench Games Workshop night finished. I like nights. Stick
Where
pictures
is
in
that?
the
I
boot.
missed that. What have I missed that? Or
That's just after where it says Athol McNichol.
I
And
didn't
then
see
there's
that
some words
either.
after that.
I don't.
Yeah. And
Did
it's
you do Phil East with Belly's full DIY sausage and bean pizza? Bench is still the Blood Angels.
No, but I missed out Andrew Preston, who says chicken and rice and Airfix 148 Westland links at Mark 88.
Darren 20159, belly cheese on toast with brown sauce. Bench, landing pad for an eagle.
I think we've missed a lot of people here.
I think me and
are
Colin
you
are in the same place.
Are you guys on live chat or top chat?
Live chat.
Kitchen Table Modeler. Kitchen Table Modeler says belly, homemade beef chili and salad. Bench, Tamiya 135th SDKFZ 222 Leichter Panzer Sparwagen 4x4. I like those words. I like.
Yeah,
German words.
you've missed some. It's not us.
Yeah, Nat Williams is belly pork chops with a spice rub, smoked paprika, cayenne, and other things. French fries and sweet corn. Bench, she's still working on her hedgehog head.
Andy M. There's a 144 on a cock on bench at the moment. I'm not sure what that is.
Wait,
For the
what?
avoidance of doubt, he says cock is the name of the Antonov AN-22 cargo aircraft.
Oh,
Belly, gin and tonic as usual.
That's
Good
fine.
man.
Something else.
Michael Jackerman and Mark Scopes are banned because Michael Jackerman says KFC Norwich is now open for delivery. I hate everybody in Norwich. And Mark Scopes says, anyone fancy a Big Mac? You both banned.
Yeah, but it has been in the news that the McDonald's are opening some takeaways. So,
And Killer Chief is banned for saying Manchester isn't north.
Tim
Very,
Young's
very
saying belly sea bass with potato, cauliflower, and parsley sauce. Finished off with a glass of red velvet Baileys. Good ingredients. Bench almost finished my Irish 2-seat Spitfire training, a 144 resin conversion.
The important question is it ill-tempered sea bass?
Yeah,
Yeah, you guys have missed
sharks
a
with lasers.
You guys have missed a load out. Models for Heroes says, belly is Morrison's sausages, peas and mash. Nice wholesome food. Bench is District 9 diorama using 135th Meng Jeep. I like the sound of that. Prawns.
are you sure you're on live chat? Not
I was going to
Yeah,
say,
no,
Fox,
he's
we're
down a bit
doing it
further than
longer,
us.
mate. You're
No, you guys are.
I'm a little bit worried that we're
going
going to overlap and start reading the ones that he's already
Oh,
read
yeah.
out.
behind.
There we
I've
go.
got Beyond Hope next on my live chat.
Oh no,
Okay.
I've got Ian Thompson before that.
You guys are lagging.
Belly, chicken fricassee, bench,
Oh, yeah.
Revel Voyager.
Yep. And then I've got Beyond Hope bench, a quick doodle I've put up on the Boom Hut for Foxx. Belly, chicken fillet steaks in batches with some decent ketchup.
Right, I've caught you. I was massively way ahead of you for some reason.
Then it says,
See, we're vindicated,
Yes.
aren't we?
Vincent at Mr. Lowe says, belly croque monsieur with tomatoes in mayonnaise. That's egg on toast. Egg on toast, croque monsieur with tomatoes in mayonnaise and a pot of homemade onion soup to rinse it down. That sounds really nice, actually. Bench, still the very diminutive 148th B1B. It's only the size of, many children. Come to the final stage in assembly. It's massive. It's like 13 feet long.
Simon Payne says, blame lockdown. A buttoned belly is slow cooked lamb, minted lamb Kiev, bonbon, bonbon, potato fondant, sweet pot mash, olive puree, and stew. Sorry, and bench was once every second battle of Britain diorama.
I'm having a mouth tent after all that food.
Andrew Preston's got chicken and rice and an Airfix 148 scale Westland Lynx Mark 88.
Yeah. Cynical Steve says Pink Panther is a long wheelbase Land Rover Fox, not a truck. I thought the Pink Panther was also the old Chevy truck World War II jobby.
Yeah, I think it was a Land Rover.
Oh no, it is. But I thought the Chevy truck was also the Pink Panther.
He might have done a pink one. I don't know.
No, the
I
Chevy,
don't know because Pink Panther existed. I'm talking rubbish. I'll shut up.
the Pink Panther was a Land Rover.
Yeah, Pink Panther probably wasn't a thing in 1940 odd either because they didn't exist.
Yeah, go get your coat.
Yeah, in my mind, they named something in the 1940s after something that appeared in the 1960s. Obviously, I'll shut up now.
Athol has belly, a butterscotch and
Done that
chocolate
one.
mousse.
Done that one.
Have you?
Done that one.
Oh,
That's
there's that where you
crossed over.
started, where you jumped ahead of everybody.
I know it's all messed up now because I know which ones I've done and you don't.
How far did you get?
You've done models for heroes, didn't you?
Yeah, I did models for heroes. The next one is Anders
Anders?
Ericsson. Anders Ericsson, yep.
Oh, where's he
I don't know. I
gone?
can't find it now.
I thought you just had it.
Anders Ericsson says bench on hold. What, you're not doing a Panzer?
No, his airbrush has exploded.
All right, sorry, right. He mods his airbrush. Billy, diet day as usual, so he had chicken salad and some fruit. It's getting boring now. Yeah, but it's the right season for salad, yes.
Spiddy Q8, belly leftover bolognese with a whole garlic, a baguette, and much fatness. Bench is the Academy Leonardo da Vinci clock. Oh, interesting.
Yeah, that looks interesting. That I'm interested to see how that goes.
Was, yeah.
Have I got a month in my room or did it just fly past Colin on his
Sorry?
screen? Have I got a moth in my room, or did it just fly past Colin's nose? I can't quite. I was corner of my eye saw something whiz past Colin, but I don't know if it was actually in my room or. It's probably.
I didn't see it on anyone, but there we go. Donald McKenzie says, "Belly, a sausage, bean, eggs, and chips."
Yes,
that's classic and fine. Yeah.
Yeah,
Bench Revel Tornado F3.
Yeah, you could put sausage, beans, and egg on a sandwich between two loaves of bread.
Yeah. Cynical Steve says Belly was pulled beef brisket with barbecue Worcester sauce on a baguette.
Wait a minute, barbecue Worcester sauce.
I both love and hate this part of the show.
I didn't know barbecue Worcester sauce was the thing, or is it not?
With barbecue, yeah, you can get different flavours.
I mean, Worcester sauce is just Worcester sauce, isn't it?
I think it's barbecue. It's like a Worcestershire sauce brand did. I don't know. I
would like a barbecue one. That'd be nice.
Yes. Bench is a 1974 Lego Porsche 911 Turbo.
Nice.
Chris Belchin, bench is pasta bolognese. Belly, pasta bolognese. Bench is the 1/12 Tamiya JPS Lotus Mark III.
He does say bench pasta bolognese. So maybe
yeah, I think he's not eating. Yeah, it's just on his bench next to his Tamiya Lotus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Emma Jane Young, belly, sea bass, potato, and carrots with parsley sauce, same as Team Young, because you know.
I was going to say sea bass is
yeah, it's not that everyone's having sea bass.
I realised who it was.
Andy McLeish says
benches Metcalf Stables kit with a paddock.
Ooh, nice.
Scott Sutherland in chat is asking, evening all, or was my name been taken in vain? Yes.
Yeah. Yes, it was.
Going back to Dave Carbon, he says, in a club he worked at, we used to give away a fish supper in the raffle. It was a packet of fish fingers and some frozen chips.
Andy McLeish refers to when I mentioned word salad earlier on. He says, as a Google PhD, a brand ambassador for Google devices and services, there is no translator for word salad or burked up things. Emma Jane Young says, I've done that one. No, we haven't. Yes, we've done that one. Moving on.
Terry O'Neill, belly, steak and chips, bench, wingnut wings, a Fokker DV3 or D8 even. DV3, what Burke?
I've lost my place now.
Oh dear, you just can't get the staff, can we?
I haven't a clue where we're at, but I'll go with Sean Kelly, who says 12-hour smoked, slow-cooked pulled pork, farm fresh grilled corn on the cob with mash and homemade 5 cheese, making kale salad for a topper.
Oh, I'm moist now.
Mate, round your gaff.
Lots of people do seem to be doing this slow cooking thing while they're in lockdown, don't they?
Yeah. See, slow cooking's brilliant until you have to wash the slow cooker out that weighs as much as a small child and is really not doesn't fit in any sink that you know of. It's a right pain in the bum, but yeah, slow cooking.
Can't you just add more to it and always keep it going?
No, because at some point you get furriness and that and green, and it's not. One thing I would always say is if you do a slow cook, for the love of dog, don't leave it for 5 days, because when you take that lid off, it's just a sad factory. Trust me, you don't want to. It's not something you want to smell.
James Chapman is belly, mighty meaty mini pizza and chicken nuggets, bench, a Lego Emerald Knight, aka Flying Scotsman.
Yeah, my lad came on with a Lego kit today. There must be something on in Tesco. Whether
some of them, Ted, are really top notch, aren't they?
Yeah, I picked up a little Lego kit today when I was shopping.
Yeah.
Now we have a question that might sound like a silly question, but it's a valid question. Glenn Smith says, "What colour do you suggest for a Pink Panther?" The Tamiya suggestion is not matte. I would say the Tamiya pink's about the right colour, or Vallejo Game Colour Squid Pink with a little bit of white added might be about right.
Yeah, I'm just having a look at the Vallejo colours here.
Vallejo.
It's
not right when you pronounce things the right way, Ted. It's rubbish.
Valero.
That's more like it.
I've had a look on Valero chart.
Pronounce it like you live in Hull. There you go.
You could do it really pink. You could do a rosa. Fluorescent pink, that would be nice. But seriously, you can do something like a rosa, pink. Yeah, it's just called pink, number 7958, something like that.
I would say a matte paint though, because even like Army Land Rovers weren't particularly shiny.
Yeah,
not really. They're usually matte paints. UN standard paints tend to be matte.
Yeah. So. What probably happens with the to me, a suggestion is that the paint that they have isn't available in a matte colour. So paint it with that colour anyway, then just matte it down with a.
Yeah.
I was going to say you can matte anything down with matte, can't you? You don't need to. It's making it shiny that's harder. If it's not matte, if it is matte, you can't make it shiny. But if it is shiny, you can make it matte.
The only thing I would caution against painting a gloss paint like that is that gloss paints are a pain in the bum to spray. They're a nightmare. I don't know what makes gloss paints different to matte paints, but matte paint's gone beautifully. Gloss paints, just every time I spray a gloss paint, I just end up wanting to strangle something.
Remember trying to paint matte. Start again. Put my teeth in.
It's
like Granville. Made that 3 boiled eggs.
Yeah, honest, it's only water this evening. It's not gin. Yeah.
That's why he's struggling.
Yeah, used to try and paint with those Humbrol gloss colours with a paintbrush that was like that. You know, and all the brush marks in them.
Yeah, you try painting a Vulcan 3 foot across wingspan with a little farty brush and gloss paint. It's not right.
Yeah.
Yes, Ted might struggle because his blood content's a bit high in his alcohol. So.
I've run out of gin and now I'm now hitting the neat whiskey.
Yes. James Chapman says, Belly, mighty meaty mini pizza.
Yeah, we've done that one.
Chicken, have you?
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Right. Guy Sargent.
Literally just read that out, mate.
Okay. In that case, Guy Sargent, who has just revealed that he lives in the US, says, Belly Chick-fil-A fried chicken breast sandwich, bench Tamia Sherman Easy 8. That's got a good Sherman kit.
That's a Fury one, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm assuming he's American, as Chick-fil-A is American. Andy McLeish says, hey, chappers. I don't know why.
And I'm totally lost. I'm just trying to find out where we're up to.
Harry Styrene is saying bench 35th scale USMC shark mouth.
Correct.
One HZ Super Cobra.
Shark mouth is always correct.
Frankie goes to Hobbywood, says, evening guys. At work with an empty belly, just did an order for eModels Russian Space Shuttle Buran in 144, which is the correct scale.
That was the Russian knockoff shuttle. I read a thing once about a couple of guys who were like urban spelunkers, you know, where they go and find abandoned buildings, and they found a hangar in Russia where one of the I don't know if they made more than one, but there was a Buran that never flew, and it was there in this hangar, and they got in. You could walk around it, and they got in it and got inside the shuttle and stuff. It was just mothballed in this decrepit old hangar in Russia, and they were like, "Wow!" And it was like made of like twigs and animal skins and stuff. It was rubbish.
Yeah, there must be loads of stuff around Russia that they spent millions of rubles on, and they just throw a tarpaulin over it and walk away.
Yeah, because the whole space thing collapsed, didn't it, in Russia at that time? Just very quickly to Aries Styrene. Yes, if ever you have to ask yourself, should I put a shark mouth on it? There's only one answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The answer is yes, obviously.
Yeah, all cobras had shark mouths. Aries Styrene says belly beer. Can't be wrong with that.
Mr. Lofts ham and cheese sandwich fried in the pan with fried egg on tap.
There's a croque madame.
That's the one.
Yeah. You have to remember the croque madame has the egg on top like a bazoom, and the croque monsieur doesn't have the egg on top because the man doesn't have the bazoom.
That's right. Yeah.
That's how we learned the croque madame, croque monsieur, family friendly. Moving on. Family friendly.
I'm just nodding, mate. I've got no idea what you're on about.
Yeah. Well, think of a fried egg in the shape. Has a. So
yeah, but you're talking to the bloke who thinks pie mash and liquor is one of Gordon Ramsay's best dishes, you know.
Pete Rogers says the Pink Panthers were painted with red oxide and desert sand, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh, I suppose that's why they looked pink then, was it? Because they,
Yes. I don't know why I thought the pink World War II Chevy truck was a Pink Panther. I don't know why I thought that.
I don't know why.
Anyway, moving on. Edward Ruth says, belly, a chorizo omelette. Ooh. Bench, IVRE, carpet layer, type D, King Tiger. Ooh. Priest Tiger 1, Churchill Mark 7, US cargo truck. So quite a bit on his workbench there. So we've got what? AVRE carpet layer. That's the one that lays this thing on the beach, isn't it, for vehicles to go across?
Hobart's funnies.
Yes, he's got the AVRE carpet layer, a Type D King Tiger, Priest Tiger 1, Churchill Mark 7, and a US cargo truck. I had to kind of split them all out there because I thought they were
Yeah,
all the
it sounds like the makings of a diorama there, doesn't it?
Yes.
Zach just says in chat, talking to big aircraft, he sees there's a 1/72 scale Antonov 225 kit
dear
that's more than
God.
500 quid.
You could
That
put
is
minute.
going to be a beast, isn't it?
I'm not saying that's going to be big, but you could put those miniature remote control jet engines in that, and it would fly.
What a 144 scale.
It's huge. I
Antonov.
got the Antonov sitting
Yeah.
over there, and the box is massive. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Have you made that one yet, Chris?
No, the box is
No.
over there. I don't see it.
Was it a gift?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
So
I wouldn't be silly enough to buy something like that myself.
So you've got no choice.
Yeah, I've got to build it, but yeah, not quite yet.
Yeah.
I'm working up to it.
Stephen Hill Harris says homemade sourdough bread and pepper jack cheese. That sounds very American. I like the sound of it.
Now Sunrise says bench nothing. Barbecue, spicy Italian sausage, burger, and hot dogs.
Sounds
Hey,
good.
Nana Sunrise. Not seen Nana Sunrise in chat for a while.
It's jumped again, just as I was about to read something. Michael Jackman says it's what's in store time. It's not what's in store time.
Yeah, we haven't got what's in store tonight because the guys will run off the feet. And we know that when we do what's in store, they get hit the next day with everybody trying to order things. Not to say that you can't order things, but we just were taking a little bit of pressure off them and not adding to it by putting ideas in your head, thinking, "Oh, I need one of them."
Yeah, like we said at the start. Remember, James is by himself in the entire business. So
Michael
James
wasn't paying attention when we announced it last week and this week.
The only thing that's in store is James, mate.
Yeah. James mate and an excessive biblical amount of Kermit flailing.
Yeah,
probably.
Don't do what's in store, please.
Yeah.
However, there might be something you want to hang around for.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm not saying any more than that until we say some more about it.
Paul Lyon says, "I swear I've got fatter listening to all this food." Yeah, it does have that effect. Yeah.
Yeah, I've not had any dinner because I wasn't really hungry at dinner time, and now I'm absolutely ravenous, and I can't go to McDonald's because it's not open. God damn it.
If we'd have known we were going to be in lockdown for this long, we could have had a poll, couldn't we? How much will we weigh at the end of lockdown?
Yes. How many people will remain in this house after Ted's eaten them all because he's starving?
Will our eModels t-shirt still fit us when we go?
Well, I got a pair of walking trousers out of the wardrobe today after I've been in the shower, and they're a bit tight. They're not quite the same trousers I was wearing going up the fells. It must have been the air conditioning in the wardrobe that makes them shrink.
Trousers.
I'll tell you what.
What are you wearing trousers for? It's no work time. It's no need for trousers.
No pants Friday day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I have to say that my diet hasn't changed since, over the years, but before I was doing working from home, doing the modelling stuff from home, I was in car detailing, so I was running around doing stuff all day long. And as soon as I left that and I started doing model making from home, my diet didn't change. I didn't eat more, or none of my t-shirts fit anymore, and all my pants are like, I can't. In the last couple of years, I've just kind of gone. And
You've got the same intake, but you're not burning off the calories.
Yeah, because I'm not running around like a blue back-sided blue bottle.
What I found when the MS got me was because you become less and less active. So I have a set of the pedals that goes down by the chair here. So sometimes on a hangout, I might be giving it a bit of that. It's the pedals, honest.
That's what you tell us. Athol Nichols says, Fox, I don't know why he's asking me, but he says, Foxy, Colin sounds like a Londoner, am I right? I don't know why he's asking me. Colin, are you a Southern Ponty Londoner?
Yeah, afraid so, mate.
I don't know why Athol was asking me, but...
Yeah, apparently I've got a bit of an accent, but yeah.
I wouldn't have thought. I don't think you're the one with the accent. I think it's them.
Yeah, I
that
can't
accent.
say I've noticed.
Yeah, no.
Oh, yeah.
You ain't got no accent.
Yeah, fault handles.
It's just everybody else who's got accents.
Sean Kelly says, I just switched to all mission model paints. Absolutely fantastic paints, by the way, on the bench of 1/16th Tamiya RC M1A2 Abrams. Is that... Have you bought the one with... That's the 500 quid. Ooh. That's the big expensive one that costs all the kidneys.
Yeah, is that the one with the aluminium hull?
Yeah, that's they do it as the remote control one or the not remote control, and they're both like £1 billion. That's awesome. Wow. The wife is working on her 1/24 scale Meng Barbie Jeep Rubicon. Now, I read somewhere that the correct way to pronounce Meng for Meng model is Mung. but it doesn't sound right. And I've never heard anybody say that, but apparently it's Mung, not Meng. But hey. But yeah, that 1/16th Abrams, that came out, what was it, last year, the year before?
Mhm.
It's the one that's like, is it £1 billion? It's gorgeous. It's massive.
Don't know. I've just scanned down the chat. Vincent's gone apparently. He said, "Right, need to shoot off. Catch you guys later."
Well, take care, buddy.
But that was probably ages ago because
Models for Hero. Oh, I see. Models for Hero is asking how to rehydrate Citadel paints that have dried up in the pot. Add water as a first go. If that doesn't work, add normal acrylic paint thinners. But then once you do the thinners, you can't add them. You can't use a wet palette because they've got alcohol in them. Or failing that, just get more because they do dry out quite quickly.
Dave Cardboard says, "Know what's in store? Then is there time for obscure tool of the week?"
Obscure tool of the week.
Oh, ding dong. I don't
Hang
know
on,
whether
I'll just
I've
get
shown that one before, have I?
Hang on, I'll just get myself ready. Oh wait, hang on. Let me just lock on. I've got there's some weird movement actions here. Let's see.
Yeah, tap spanner for the sink.
Oh, well done, Ted. See,
What?
tap spanner.
Tap spanner.
See?
Okay.
Spanners for taps. Close in the description, isn't it? See, I'm a man of limited vocabulary, really.
No, it's not that, Colin. It's just you don't know a lot of words, but you use them really effectively.
Yeah, it's something to do with the deadpan delivery, isn't it?
You make the most of the word.
Right again, and I don't know why.
You make the most of the words that you know.
Absolutely. I broke Simon last week, didn't I? Bless him.
Oh God, yeah. Do me a favour though, Cole. Just get up on the microphone and just go tap spanner.
Tap spanner.
Tap spanner.
There you go. That's an insult and a statement and a noun and a verb at the same time.
Yeah.
Having a tap spanner though is something you might only use once, but when you use it, it's well worth it.
Oh yeah, I've got to use it in a bit because I've ripped out the whole bathroom upstairs. So yeah,
You ripped it all out and then you just left it.
I have, and her indoors will be going. Really? Yeah.
No, what she's really saying is, come on, it's been 24 years now. Can you just at least put a sink back in or something?
Was that one of them thoughts that hit you when you were on the toilet?
Well, yeah, I've got a disabled shower that I'm fitting, and for obvious reasons, and so the whole bath and everything's all been ripped out, and pipe run's been redone, and yeah, so and I enjoy doing it. It just takes me a bit of time to do it because of issues that I have with grip and dexterity. But yeah, the tiles are all bronzed, like all across the wall. But yeah.
See, I do that myself as well, but I actually value having a house. So
yeah, I took my spirit level back because it's got a bubble in it. I thought it's broken.
You got but did you have to take it back because you got the metric bubble, not the imperial bubble?
yeah, it's metric, love. It's no good.
Yeah, sorry about that. I can't help you with that one. Edward Leonard. Oh, go on. Sorry, Chris was trying to say something.
Ethel was saying he asked you if Colin was from London because he doesn't understand him.
Oh, I'm sorry, mate. If you want to go to B&Q, if you want to go and have a laugh with someone, go to a DIY shop. There are more than one. I'd just ask one of the assistants to go and have a look, see if they've got any cordless extension leads. It's great fun when they come back. They're like, what was it you asked before again?
But one of my friends actually started. I can't remember why he did because it was nothing like you normally do. But he started working for a building yard. And on his first day, they played the practical joke and said, "Go and ask for." Well, he said, "Can you go and ask the governor for a glass hammer?"
Yeah.
So when he gave the governor a load of abuse, they fired him.
Yeah.
Because there is a glass hammer.
Yeah. Go to the store for a long stand, will you?
Somebody got video playing, by the way, again.
Pot of elbow grease. No, I've got nothing else open, mate. Just
hear feedback. Edward Leonard says, bench, all workspace available, has sewing stuff on it. Belly, big fat sirloin burger, smothered in sautéed onions, baked potato, with butter, sour cream, and chives washed down with a Dr. Pepper, cream soda flavour. Can we finish the stream now? I need to illegally drive to somewhere and get food.
Everything was right with that meal until you said Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper's gorgeous. What are you on about?
Oh, what's wrong with you, mate? Oh, it's nectar.
I'm afraid it's just like medicine.
Although you can't deny the fact they're advertising campaign in the 90s as Dr. Pepper, what's the worst that can happen? That's not a good start.
Would
but,
you go for a bit of the old Marmite peanut butter?
No, I'm not a big fan of peanut butter.
No, you can keep the peanut butter.
I like peanuts, and I like peanut butter and jam, but not peanut butter on its own. It's just not.
Got to be done.
Yeah, so when Athol was asking me if he was a Londoner, was he actually kind of going, is he a Londoner? Was he kind of doing that? Is he from London?
Yeah, I did have that car.
Yeah, I've not mentioned anything about a car.
Of course you haven't. It's ammunition you're holding over me, isn't it? Like
Yeah,
a grand piano.
Nobody watching knows what you're talking about, but yeah.
Cynical Steve says he used to send apprentices to stores for long stands or long waits when he was in the building game. And yes, he's had many jobs.
Yeah.
Sean Kelly clarifies about the 1/16th Abrams. He says, the full RC kit, metal hull, metal tracks with rubber inserts, engine startup sound, such an evil sound, lights and blackout lamps, machine gun LED and 120mm LED barrel with recoil. That's it's a case of you get that tank or you send your kid to college. It's one of the two.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, you're going to get the tank and the kid's going to fend for itself, isn't it?
If you bought that from eModels, Pete Mate will be your best friend in the whole world.
Well, son, you could have gone to college, but
Daddy got a brand new tank.
I think if you got that from eModels, Pete might take you out for a trip in the yacht.
Yeah. Well, Pete will give you a picture of the yacht. When I was a bar manager, I sent Nat for some Guinness whitener, says Lewis Williamson. And nobody's banned him yet. I'm quite surprised by it.
He's done quite well.
Mind you,
Go
Nat's
to the
not a mod, is
cycle
she,
shop and ask them for a front brake for a unicycle.
Sean Kelly says $1,700 it cost him. And if anybody's interested, it is in stock at eModels. Not in US dollars, obviously. I think it's in stock anyway. I don't think they'll mind you putting an order through right now if you buy that.
Mr. Miniature is here saying bench, Mission Krieger Stingray, belly, homemade chicken curry.
Oh, nice.
Or, if you prefer, a Machine Krieger Stingray.
I don't know. That's what it said on there.
Yeah.
I don't do those things.
Andy McLeish, I don't know why, but Andy McLeish, for no specific reason at all, just puts the word Hillman in chat. I don't quite know what that's all about.
Don't know. Athol then said to Colin, was that car a Ford Escort or a Cortina?
I think he's
just staring at the post-it note. Behave. I
think maybe Andy McLeish is just being a bit of an imp.
Oh,
yeah, probably. Lee Eagle says, how is everyone? And Lewis asks Nat if he can have that tank, please. And she hasn't answered yet. So she might be thinking about it.
Yeah, I think you might be in the doghouse there.
And the real question is, have you been a good boy?
No.
And no.
Well, he's just taken delivery of that big Lancaster, and so he might be pushing it a bit, I think.
He says that's a yes.
Yeah.
Yes, welcome, Lee, by the way.
Yeah. Lewis Williamson says, Nat, can I have that tank, please?
Just done that. Just did that one. You can tell Ted's not been on the gym.
It's not a yes.
Probably had.
Yeah, so welcome, Louis. Welcome. Who was it? Lee. Welcome, Lee. Sorry.
See, what you could do, Lewis, is you could buy it for Nat for her birthday, but offer to build it.
She's already said that's a definite no.
Think of the joy you can have walking through the park with your radio controlled tank in front of you. Instead of everybody else has a dog, you could have a tank.
Well, yeah, you could get the tank, sit on it, and just say it's a mobility scooter.
Yeah. Or when the police stop you because it's lockdown, what are you doing? I'm just out walking my tank.
Lewis Williamson says, you never let me have anything, Nat. Yeah. And then he was never seen again.
And Lord Barkley says, this is like BBC Two. I'm getting all repeats tonight.
Models for Hero says, can you elaborate on the wet palette problem and thinning with alcohol? Yes. Wet palettes are for water-based acrylic paints like Vallejo, like Citadel, and other water-based paintings. They depend on the fact that you're using the moisture in the wet palette to keep the paint hydrated. If you thin with acrylic thinners, they tend to be alcohol-based, it doesn't work because you're trying to hydrate something that's been thinned with alcohol. It's alcohol and water. It's not going to be a good combination. It might work, but I wouldn't count on it. So if you've thinned a paint with thinners, with acrylic thinners, you're not going to get any benefit from using a wet palette because the alcohol and the water won't really play well together. So if you thin a paint with water, if you like, you've got your Citadel paint in the pot and it's gone all crusty. That's why I said try water first. That might rehydrate it and bring it back if it's not been dry for too long, and that way you can still use it on the wet palette because it's just still water based. But as soon as you put acrylic thinners in there, you mix in lots of other things in, it might not work as well on the wet palette. You might find the paint separates out very quickly on the wet palette and then you get streakiness. So it's, yeah, if that makes sense.
Lewis asked Andy if he can have the long answer. So Andy says, no.
Glenn Smith says, Foxx, call out for dodger hands and trigger brushes. What? Foxx, call out for dodger hands.
I think dodgy hands, maybe.
Dodgy hands?
Because
I don't know what it means, but yes, if you've got dodgy hands like me, trigger brushes are much easier to use than... I'm not locked on me again, am I? God damn it, Hangouts. Yes, if you've got like rubbish hands like me that get sore, I can't use button airbrushes because my fingers are rubbish, so they get really sore. So I can spray with an airbrush for like 5 minutes and then I'm in pain. I can spray with this for hours because I'm not cramping my fingers. So yes, if you have any kind of grip issues, a trigger airbrush is fantastic.
Athol McNichol says, well, guys and gals, if you're watching, it's time for him to go feed his face, wash it down with coffee, and then go to bed. So, night-night all.
Don't go yet.
Mate.
You
might not want to go
around
just,
a little while. We're nearly
yet.
finished, but there's something you want to see before you go.
Yeah.
You might not want to go just yet.
Just
5 minutes.
Yeah, just below that, Robert Whiteway said he's on his 11th 116 tank with the dearest one being a Churchill, which is about 1,300 quid.
16th
That
scale
ain't
Churchill.
bad,
Wow.
though, for a 1/16 scale tank, is it?
Yeah. I know there's some that I've seen at the Tank Museum, but I can't remember the name of them. Something like that. They're the huge metal built tanks. Could be one of them. Yeah.
Models of Heroes keeps calling me Mike, but that's not actually my first name. It's just because Facebook didn't accept Foxx as a first name. I had to make something up. So just so you know. I get that all the time. It's like, hi, Mike. It's not my name.
He answers to most things, though, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, if there's food in the equation, I'll answer to it perfectly happily. But yeah.
We've got a thing to do before Ethel goes. Before anyone goes, really.
Yeah, it's that time.
Because
Let's get it done. Let's get it done so we don't.
Yeah, who's got it?
I've got it.
Yeah, over to you then, Mike.
Okay.
No, yeah.
Off you go, Mike.
Shut up. Oh. Why I order? Yes, we are this week. We have. What do we have, guys? We have a giveaway.
Yeah, because they haven't got anything else to do at eModels, so they thought they'd package something up and give it away to somebody.
Yeah. So yes, we have a giveaway. Now this isn't going to be a whoever gets it in chat first because we don't do giveaways that way. We know a lot of people don't watch this show live, so what we're going to do is I'm going to show you in a minute what we're giving away, and it'll be a case of put a comment on the video once the show is finished. So give me a second. I'll do some funkiness. Like lock it on me and do one of them and do a share screen, and I have to figure out how the hell to do this. I've not done it for a while, and then we need to go to that. That's not the right thing.
It's not done it yet. Oh, it's done something now.
There we go. So we're giving away a little smile. No, we're not really. Are ready? We are giving away. When it reloads, we are giving away the FX 172nd. I've got to scroll it down because my camera's in the way. The 172nd Fairy Swordfish Mark 1. Now, I can't remember if this is the new tooling. It might be a new tooling. But I think most of us have made a Fairy Swordfish at some point and probably made the FX Fairy Swordfish. Because we all recognise the wings. I've made about 3 of these in my youth.
Yeah, they look like they're going to fall off, don't they?
Yeah, they look like they're held on with a wing and a prayer. You get it? Wing and a prayer?
No.
Yeah. No, I don't get it either. It's got 3 dudes in that. It's like a party in the air. So one guy's flying. One guy's got control of the torpedo. What's the third guy doing?
He's getting a lift home.
He's like, I've had a couple of beers. Can you give me a run home?
I thought this was an Uber.
I'm just seeing if it tells me about this particular kit. I don't know if it's a new tool or the old original tool.
Stuart Tucker in chat says, I think the 148th fairy is new.
But this is the 172nd. It's still quite a nice big kit. It's a lovely. I've built enough of these in my time. It's a lovely.
Yeah, it does come with the torpedo. The box art doesn't seem to have a torpedo on it, but
yeah, it's there. It's an optional doodad. So we are giving away the 172nd Fairy Swordfish Mark 1. If you're wanting to build this, by the way, it's also a good excuse to practice your either easy line or ammo rigging skills. Because you want to make sure you put the rigging on the struts of the wings, but you don't want to use thread. And for the antenna wise, you don't use thread because thread is rubbish. Thread will go fluffy and it looks terrible. In store as well should be some of the ammo by MiG. I don't know what do they call it? Is it rigging?
Yeah, just rigging line.
Rigging
line.
Yeah. Easy line is the old standard from many, many years that people use, like a rubberized thread that doesn't go fluffy and it stretches, but it's hard to get in the UK. But eModels have the ammo by MiG rigging line in as well. So if you haven't got any, do have to think about getting some because it works brilliantly on planes like this where you've got rigging on the wings and also the aerials and stuff like that. So we're going to give that away, and all you need to do to win this, we'll reveal the winner next Monday. But if you'd like to win this, absolutely free, all you need to do is put a comment on the video. So when this show is finished and it becomes a normal video on the YouTube page, go to the eModels YouTube page, find tonight's show, and just put a comment, like a normal YouTube comment, not in chat now because chat's not comments. A normal YouTube comment, and all you need to do is put a comment about what should we make them say, guys? What do you reckon? An amusing comment. A what?
About fairies or fish or.
How about an amusing fish fact?
Fish fact?
Yeah. Put down an amusing but not necessarily true fact about fish. Fish. Yeah. So wait till we finish the show. Go and find tonight's show as a video. Put a comment, an amusing and not necessarily true fact about fish, and we will pull one at random next week on that person.
Do we get to say it as swordfish?
Yeah, we haven't got a button.
Stephen Last said that.
Yeah, and can I just point out though, I don't actually have a button for that, but I do have a button for.
It on.
But that's the only button I've got. Oh, hang on, I do have another button. I've got this button.
I don't know what buttons they are.
No, we can't tell about the buttons. I can't even see the reflection to tell if he's finished yet.
There you go. Yes, so I've only got those two buttons. They don't know what buttons those were though because they can't see them.
A couple of people in chat have been deciding what the third guy does. Who said what? Pete Rogers says he's turning the propeller. Darren says he's health and safety. Dave Cardboard said he's the butler.
Is it like when you used to work in call centres in the 90s and they used to have like a woman come around doing little shoulder massages for all the staff because they thought they'd rather have that than more pay, and it was always rubbish.
I never worked in that sort of establishment.
Ethel says, "Can I go and eat now? I'm not into old fly-by-night models." So yeah, that's all right. If you're not interested in it, then by all means,
yes,
you can be excused by now. Yeah.
Yes, you can get down there. Yeah. So there you go. If you want to win that, just stick a comment on tonight's show when it's a normal show, and just put an amusing but not necessarily accurate fact about the fish. And I will stop the screen sharing, and I will return to us, when I can get rid of that. There we go, and I'll unlock, and there we go. All is good, happy. There you go. So win that. We'll do it next week. As to when you'll get it, you won't necessarily receive it very quickly, but you'll get it.
Yeah, within 30 days.
Yeah, within 30 days or more, or maybe faster. Actually, I've got to say one thing I've noticed: ordering things online at the minute through various online resources, nobody knows what they're doing with shipping nowadays because like people will say it'll be a month and it arrives the next day.
Oh yeah. I have a huge a huge bin outside full of Amazon boxes because everything comes off Amazon or eBay, and you order it. It says it will be arrived by the 14th of September 2025,
and it turns up like 2 days later.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes, everybody's being a bit overestimating it. It's not a verb, is it? Overestimating it. Everybody's overestimating the delivery time, so don't panic. But remember, if you do order stuff, please don't send chase emails. Say, "Where's my parcel? Where's my thing? Where's the thing I ordered?" James is having to not answer emails as much as possible because if he's answering emails, he's not packing orders. So if you do order something, just be patient and let James get round to it. It will turn up. Don't worry.
Yeah. So yeah, the guys are doing Well, James is doing his best anyway.
Oh, Chris Balchin said 25-minute phone call during eModels Mad Monday. Chris, when we finish the show, go back and watch this point onwards because there's a giveaway you've just missed.
Well, not this point onwards,
Yeah,
because
before,
he's
just
watching
before.
this.
Yeah.
The bit just before this.
Yeah, you can replay all your best bits. Just me. Yeah, just you can skim past when Fox is talking. Just get to me and
I'm just padding for the guys to get the buttons sorted out.
Yeah,
When
but
I'm doing the
we're lucky,
buttons,
said we've got the Foxx button on our hearing aids, haven't we?
right. Yeah, sorry, I had the Fox button turned on. Say again.
I've got a Foxx button. It just means I do that because
yeah, but you know what? I do that, and it makes no difference.
Yeah,
I've got no respite from myself. I hate you all. I hate you all.
Yeah. All right. Before the fighting starts and things like that, we'll go and have a chat afterwards. I think it's about time to wrap it up for the evening, folks. It's got to that time again. Time for gin and bed. Cocoa and bed. So
Gin, Ted, just admit it. The first step to acceptance is no. That's not the first step. Is I don't know. Just admit it.
yeah. All right, gin.
Apparently, there is a rumour that some blood has been found in Ted's gin level. I don't know how true this is.
That's lies.
Yeah, I'm mixing up
All lies. Oh, I've got the buttons, haven't I? I've just remembered that.
Yeah.
Because there's single malt going in there as well now. But
No, you're doing well, mate. Watering it down a bit.
watering the gin down with
Single malt.
it's just that I can't get hold of gin now because all the gin manufacturers have turned into making hand sanitizer. So, of course,
interesting fact from Vincent. He says if you're on the continent, cardboard envelopes first class mail take about 2 weeks. Proper packages about a week from the UK. That's to Belgium. That doesn't factor in actual picking and packing time though as well.
Is that normal time or is that now time?
That's at the moment.
That's at the moment. I sent some stuff out to him, and it's
Yeah. So factor in a couple of weeks. If you're outside the UK, factor in at least a couple of weeks just from the posting part. Obviously, you've got to factor in how long it takes the guys to pick and pack your order as well. So just be patient. Everybody will get happiness.
Yes.
Anders says, "I love the whole bunch of you. Always fun to watch."
Oh, thanks, Anders. Means a lot, mate.
Yeah, but we prefer money.
Dave Cadbar says hand sanitizer is horrid with tonic. It's no substitute.
No.
Anyway, we'll leave it for tonight. We'll come back next week and do it all again. And hopefully everybody's broadband will be up and running and that's normal again.
You never
I've
know.
only fallen out once.
So anyway, thank you very much for watching and looking in. And don't forget, eModels.co.uk. Have a look on the website. If it's there, it's probably in stock. But just remember, as we've been speaking about, the extra delivery times. If you want to order anything, but please don't stop ordering just because the delivery times are...
Oh, look, Lewis said, I've made a whole live stream and not got banned. And Dad put him in timeout.
Bless you, Lewis. Well, he thinks he's safe because Nat's not a mod in here, you see. So, no.
Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm going to get me gin and wish you all a good night. But thanks for watching and see you all next week. Okay.
Take care, folks.
Good night,
everyone.
Bye-bye.
Wash your hands. Wash your hands.